To read Marie Curie's original laboratory notebooks today, you cannot simply pull them off a library shelf. Researchers must wear protective gear and open heavy lead boxes. Even a century later, these seemingly ordinary pages still emit dangerous bits of invisible energy. The woman who created these records was Marie Curie. She was the pioneer who first identified this unseen force, changing our understanding of the natural world in the process. Her entire life, from her childhood in Poland to her final days, was a quest to expose and understand what the world kept hidden in the dark. That quest began in 19th century Warsaw. Marie, born Mania Skłodowska, grew up in a home packed with books, raised by parents who encouraged her to question everything around her. But as she grew into a young woman, she hit a rigid societal wall. The government of the time enforced a rule that explicitly banned all women from attending college. She didn't let the rule stop her. She and her friends joined a covert, mobile school known as the Flying University, which moved between houses at night to evade the authorities. This underground education forged her lifelong approach to obstacles. If a system tried to keep her in the dark, she would find a secret way to reach the light. After years of working as a tutor to save her earnings, Marie traveled to Paris to study at the famous university known as the Sorbonne. Life in Paris was physically demanding. She lived in a freezing attic room and survived mostly on bread and butter, yet she maintained a pace that allowed her to graduate at the very top of her science class. While working in the laboratory, she met Pierre Curie. He was a scientist who shared her intense curiosity and her rigorous commitment to the scientific process. Their marriage became a professional partnership. Together, they possessed the sustained focus required to investigate a mystery that had escaped the attention of everyone else. That mystery started with a heavy rock called pitchblende. Marie noticed an anomaly. The rock seemed to project an inexplicable power, like an invisible flashlight. To describe this unique phenomenon, she coined the word radioactivity. Proving this idea required years of physical labor. Working in a freezing, leaky shed, they spent their days boiling and stirring massive vats of black dust to isolate what lay inside. Their effort resulted in the isolation of two new elements. She named the first polonium, after her homeland, and the second radium, which emitted a beautiful pale blue glow in the dark. The scientific community recognized these discoveries. Marie became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and she later became the first person in history to win a second. Beyond identifying new matter, this work proved that the universe was filled with an active, invisible energy. When World War I broke out, this knowledge of invisible waves found an urgent application. Doctors at battlefield hospitals had no way to see the bullets or broken bones hidden inside the soldiers' bodies. Marie pivoted to engineering, shrinking massive, hospital-bound X-ray machines into portable units. She installed these machines in trucks that became known as Little Curies. She even learned to drive them herself, bringing the technology directly to the front lines. These portable units allowed doctors to accurately treat the wounded, ultimately helping to save the lives of over 1 million soldiers. Marie had successfully turned a mysterious, abstract energy into a practical lens for medical rescue. Following the war, Marie focused on building science institutes. She wanted to teach others how to use radioactive materials to treat illnesses like cancer. But there was a cost to her lifelong investigation. The invisible energy she had lived alongside for decades was silently making her sick. Long before the dangers of radiation were fully understood, Marie Curie passed away from its effects at the age of 66. Pioneers often absorb the risks of the unknown so that future generations can work in safety. Today, her scientific methods remain a central part of how we fight aggressive diseases worldwide. She left behind a philosophy that guided her entire journey. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Marie Curie's legacy proves that despite rigid rules, imposing societal barriers, and dangerous invisible forces, curiosity is enough to light up the darkest room.